And action. What's going on? We got Jabari Garvey, aka no AKAs or
My name Jabari Shaw, you know what I'm saying? Like Garvey said, man, Garvey is an Irish name, man, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna make it great. So that's for what I stand for, what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? Pan-African nationalism, universal African liberation, you know what I mean?
for sure. So we here today talking about the fact that you went to the Oscar Grant trials.
Yes, sir.
And I had a personal question. Did you have to quit a job to go out there? You was out there for a month or something, right?
Nah, man, I was a full-time student, you know what I'm saying, with 3 kids. And I was the president of the Black Student Union at the time, you know what I'm saying? So when Oscar first got killed, we was able to open up the doors for them to have meetings and, you know what I'm saying, right there at Laney, you know. It was hard to get places to have meetings at and stuff like that. And when they moved to trial, in the BSU, we had an N-word jar. You know what I'm saying? People cussing. If you say the N-word, you got to put $1 in the jar. You know what I mean? If you say the B-word, you got to put $1 in the jar. And some people had to put $10 in there at a time. But, you know what I'm saying? At the time, when they moved to trial, we had $245. We had a little over $200, man. And we was able to have gas money to try to go down there for the trial. You know what I mean? And it was crazy, too, because the first day, as we was going, it was me, Brother Tim, GP, Javon, you feel me? And Tim driving. As we go into the freeway, we get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? The police call that man Tim by his whole name, first, middle, last, and then arrested him. It was crazy. It was like they was trying to stop us, so we didn't know what to do. We had his car. We was like, man, is we gonna go steal or what? You know what I'm saying? So we posted up. They let him out the next morning, and we got up out of here, man, straight to LA.
Damn. Would he get that's another thing.
It was some weird warrant or something, but it was like the way that it happened, it was like we felt like they was against us from the gate, you know what I'm saying?
They knew
it was
you
like,
were going.
Yeah, because we was pushing a hard line out here, you know what I'm saying? It was like they found us. It was like, man, ain't no way we could not go now, you know what I'm saying, after going through that.
Yeah, so did you guys have a room lined up or you guys went out on faith?
No, so we basically went on faith, but at the same time, we had some comrades out there. So because, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the Black Student Union and the budget cuts against education, we had just came from a conference in LA. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with some folks out there. So Sister Allie, I can't remember her husband's name at the time. They held us up for a little while, you know what I'm saying? And then, man, we was out there for so long. It was like, you know what I mean? It was a lot of stuff going on. So we slept here and there, you know what I'm saying? The comrades held us up for most of the time. Cat Brooks came down to give us some money to help us, you know what I'm saying, keep it going, you know what I mean? At one point, we ended up having to go back to Oakland. We went back to Oakland for Father's Day, you know what I'm saying? Because a few of us was fathers, and we wanted to spend the time with our kids, and then we came back out there for the trial.
That's what's up. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. You want to drink some of that? Or you got a little situation right here? I'm going to cut this out. Don't trip. Right here. You got to make sure you're straight like that. You know what I'm saying? But, okay. And so before we skip anything, let's talk about the trial being moved. What was that precursor time of
Let me make sure I get this ringer up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the trial, let's start off with the trial before it gets moved. Yeah, let's start off with the trial before people found out it's getting moved. Was there any pre-trial in Alameda County?
Yeah, it was stuff going on, you know what I mean? That's how I actually met Nigel in there for the first time, you feel me? They was up there, there's a rally going on, and we was just putting so much pressure on the city, you feel me? We showing up at the courthouse, you know what I'm saying? The family there, the community there, you know, it was so-called riots everywhere, you know what I'm saying, rebellions everywhere. The first night it kicked off, I stayed right up the street from the BART station in the Dubs. Folks calling me, they like, you out there, you out there? We walked down there to meet the so-called protests, you know what I'm saying? We downtown, you know what I'm saying? It was like New Year's Eve, so folks was like lighting up Christmas trees, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, after New Year's, that's when you put your Christmas tree out into the trash. So it was Christmas trees everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Stuff started going up in flames. It was like amazing, like, you know what I'm saying? The sentiment of the people just knowing something was wrong, you know what I'm saying? That we had to do something about it. So with all the pressure that was going on, they kept saying that he wouldn't get a fair trial. Johannes Masley couldn't get a fair trial in Oakland because too many of us knew about it.
Right, and this is an era before body cams, right? No cops was wearing body cams at the time. Did the police have a reputation that confirmed, like, is there a reason why the city jumped to such quick conclusion to side with the family? Or what was the OPD's, what was the folklore?
There was no quick conclusion to side with the family. So first off, because it was no body cams, it was a woman who had videotaped it and actually shoved the footage, you know what I'm saying, in her panties to where the police couldn't take it. Because what a lot of people don't know is they went to the next station and started taking people's telephones. You know, so the phones wasn't exactly how it is now. It took a long time to upload and stuff. And so the main footage that we see was a woman who took the camera and stuck, you know what I'm saying, stuck her phone into her panties to where the police couldn't take the footage. So, yeah, right. They took a lot of people's phones that night. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They stopped them at the next BART station.
And just started
taking phones. You know what I'm saying? And it was going on a lot at that time. You feel me? Something similar happened in Florida where it was a big shootout after the NBA All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Police shot a car up and they started taking people's phones. You know what I mean? And so it was a similar situation. And I guess, you know, she knew how important it was to keep that footage.
Yeah. And so for people that don't understand, a city like Oakland having a police department that's known for being aggressive toward black people, especially at that time. I mean, what was again, I guess similar question, but like, what was the folklore about the police at the time?
It was crazy because, you know, we had Ron Dellums was the mayor at the time. And so Ron Dellums was responsible for getting the police academy in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. Before that, you know what I'm saying, police was recruited from like down south and everything. That's when you talk about the Mississippi Klansmen being the police in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So Oakland Ben had a reputation for beating up on people, you know what I'm saying? Even back in the Panther time, you know, that's why they picked up arms, because police would shoot people in the back and say that they was robbing houses or trying to run away. So, Oakland has always been famous for police brutality. You know what I'm saying? The police, when they started hiring black police to combat the Black Panther Party in Oakland, then that's when white police protested and started the Alameda County Sheriffs because they didn't want to work with black folks. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So it was crazy, but aggression with the police against us as being, you know, at an all-time high. You feel me? You got the case of the Oakland Riders, you know what I'm saying, where police was riding around, jumping out, beating up on people, putting dope on them, taking their money. It was major lawsuits behind that. And before that, when I was a child, it was police riding around shooting kids for having toy guns, you know. And these guns was like orange, super soaker water guns, you know what I'm saying? And kids was getting killed, you know what I'm saying, for cap guns.
That even makes me think about Tupac had a lawsuit getting beat up.
Yeah, right there on 15th and Broadway for jaywalking. I think it was him and Flavor Flav was in the car. He went, you know what I'm saying, he was supposed to go to the ATM or something. Police stopped him. He's like, yeah, I'm Tupac. He's like, your mama named you that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's been always some kind of aggression in police. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Feeling some kind of privilege.
Yeah. So that sets the stage. So in the trial, you saw the defense and the prosecution and basically the facts. Like, you saw the things that no one could deny, or not saw, but you heard them argue about the facts.
Yeah. I was in there for a lot of the trial. At one point, it was only allowing about 12 seats for the public because you had so many media people up in there, and you had room for the family on both sides. So I had to go in there as a cousin to Oscar, at one time, like, yeah, I'm his cousin, you feel me? And that's how I got in the courtroom, me and a couple of other comrades, because we was,
Okay. So let's talk about the opening, kind of the beginning season of trial time. What were some of the opening, arguments, or kind of like when it began, what was the topic it began on?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about it was the so-called specialist on the case, the one who was looking at the camera footage telling us what was going on, was the same specialist that was involved in the Rodney King case. The one who said that Rodney King was fighting back, Rodney King was lunging at the police, you know what I mean? And Rodney King deserved the beat that he was getting. They had the same investigators investigating the footage for Oscar Grant. So that was the first thing, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Why is this dude even here? What was really hit me was when Dominici, I think her name is Miriam Dominici, got on the stand, and she was like, she started crying, said they wouldn't stop singing that song. And the song they're referring to is the Lil Wayne, we, like a cop car. So when the fight had started on the BART, the police came in to see who was fighting and everything. And they started singing the song, I just want to fuck the cops, the Lil Wayne song. So she started going crazy. Where they at? So they started pulling them off, you know what I'm saying? And Tony Peroni, the other the officer that was on the scene, that was her boyfriend. So allegedly they was drinking and hanging out New Year's Eve, and then this black man flirting with his woman, like, you know what I'm saying? They singing, I just want to fuck the cops, to his woman. So he in a heated rage, you know what I'm saying? He calls Johannes Meserly for backup. At this time, they had just chased a man in West Oakland BART, and they say he jumped off the side of the BART. If you look at the fall, you would say nobody would dare. I'm going to jail before I jump off the BART like that, you know what I'm saying? But they said the man had jumped off the BART. So Johannes Meserly was already in a heated rage, leaving West Oakland BART to drive down the Fruitvale BART, you know what I'm saying, to come help his partner, you know what I'm saying? And so Tony Peroni and Dominici, they're a couple. And
real quick, did that guy die? That guy who jumped off?
I think so. Yeah. They they said he had a gun on him or something. Yeah, we never hear too much about that guy anymore either. I'm a little frustrated. I can't even think of his name.
Dang.
Yeah, but at the time we believed that he had got pushed off the side of the BART and he didn't jump. But nothing else was ever mentioned about him anymore. That's sad.
Yeah, so then that was West Oakland. So then Fruitvale BART, there's a couple. The cops are a couple.
Yeah, the first police on the scene, Anthony Peroni and Dominici, are a couple. You know what I'm saying? It's New Year's Eve, and they probably was partying. So when they come in to break up the fight on the BART and pull Oscar and the other young man that was with him off the BART, they start singing the song, we, I just want to fuck the cops. They in a heated rage. And that's why dude, when he was punching Oscar, he was like, you bitch ass nigga, you bitch ass nigga, you bitch ass nigga. Tony Peroni said, you bitch ass nigga 3 times as he punching Oscar Grant in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? He frustrated because they flirting and playing with his woman. You know what I'm saying?
So this unveiled might be the word, in court.
Yeah,
He's confirming, saying
she broke out crying. They just kept singing that song. So it was rumors that they were a couple, but it wasn't never confirmed in court that they were a couple. But you know what I'm saying? It's rumors that they was dating. Actually, Tony Peroni ran into Jack Bryson in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be a fight there. He was trying to, you know what I'm saying, intimidate Jack Bryson in the bathroom. 2 of Jack Bryson's sons was on the platform that day. So it was like, it was getting heated. And then we knew that Johannes Meserly was going to be on the stand next. And then so as we sitting around, waiting for that, we in the courtroom, he giving his testimony, then he blinking his eyes so many times, you could tell he trying to muster up some tears, like, and he like, and then Brother Tim just stood there, he said, man, say it in fucking tears, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause for real, he was trying to be humane, you know what I'm saying? When he did the most inhumane thing he could ever do, shoot an unarmed man in the back. So he gonna try to cry on the stand like his family's going through so much. And you know what I'm saying? He's about to have a child. He just took someone's child and he's trying to cry. And so the Brother Tim got wrestled up. They threw him up against the wall. You know what I mean? The stenographer was amazing too, because they had it all drawn out, even his gold tooth. You know what I'm saying? There's no cameras in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? They drawing everything. You know what I mean?
They threw them pictures away? The drawings?
Nah. That's in history, bro. That's in history. I seen the pictures from the Huey P. Newton trial. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got some I took pictures of some photocopies of it. So they do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Yeah, man. Brother Tim need to get that. Tim Killings. You know what I'm saying?
Did they let him back in after that?
No. After that, they said that we couldn't come back in the courtroom. But I snuck back in the next day anyway. And then so they came and they found me, basically. I was trying to hide behind the sister, and they was like, is it another one in here? Is another one in here? Because what happened, they escorted me and GP to the elevator. The police, you know what I'm saying? They escorted us, walked us all the way to the door, holding their arms, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so we was still out there every day in front of the courthouse, you know what I'm saying? And then after the court was over, they had like a door on the side where the cars would come out, and then, you know what I'm saying, we holding up signs and everything. And like I say, man, I don't think Johannes Mesley ever stayed in jail. I think they sneaking him out every other night, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we was just there. We was just there in front of the courthouse, marching up and down, door to door, knocking. It was crazy because we had met somebody, I think he was a Serenio or 18th Street. He wasn't supposed to be with us, but he felt empathy because his name was Oscar too. He was like, man, this is crazy. You know, he was a chef, he had a job. And so he was just on the train with us, passing out flyers, you know what I'm saying, helping do some outreach. We ended up in North Hollywood, and some other Mexicans attacked him, you know what I'm saying, because he shouldn't have been with blacks. Like, you know what I'm saying, because the Serenio, I don't understand all the politics of it, but he wasn't supposed to be with us. So they tried to attack him. We tried to help defend him. You know what I'm saying? He cut one of them and ended up going to jail. But because those was his work knives, you know, they wasn't weapons. They was his tools for work. He ended up getting off for attempted murder case. But it was crazy because he went against his gang because Oscar had the same name as him, and he felt like he should be out there supporting the movement. That was crazy, man. Dang. You know, some of our lawyers and people from LA, you know, stuck with him and helped him out throughout his trial.
That's what's up. So, around this time, it was mid-trial. Cat Brooks comes by and drops off some money.
Yeah, Cat Brooks pulled up on us. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, man, we was out there doing whatever we could do, man. We living off of donations, sleeping in community centers. The comrades put us up for a few weeks, but you know, they had their lives too, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't just be there for months, you know what I'm saying? And we was there for the whole entire trial, you know? I just only went home for Father's Day and came right back, you know what I mean?
And how long was that time period like?
I can't call it.
Like more than a month?
Yeah, it felt like I can't recall though.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying, it was day and night, you know what I'm saying? We up at the courthouse at 8:00 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? It's about 5. Then we going to the Justice Center, you know what I'm saying? Talking to the community, you know what I'm saying? We performing, you know, trying to raise money, passing out flyers. So a week, it feel like a month because it ain't no sleep. It's just constant. We moving, you know what I'm saying? We living off of McDonald's dollar menu, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what was the alleged couple? What are their names again?
Anthony Peroni and Miriam Dominici.
And
those was the
were
first.
They on trial or were they just witnesses?
So they never got charged. You know what I mean? And so that's what we still pushing for them to get charged too. There's no statute of limitation on murder, you know, and he was the commanding officer on the scene. So he's responsible for what happened on that scene or an accessory at the least.
Right, right.
And he heightened the stuff. He punching Oscar like, you bitch ass nigga, you bitch ass nigga. And then he stood up, and then that's when Johannes Medley blew.
Right.
Like, get out the way, I got him. Bam. And shot him. And then claimed this was his taser that he used, But a taser is 4 ounces, and you know what I'm saying? And the pistol is 40 ounces. Like, so you think about that, man, a can soda compared to a 40 ounce, you know what I'm saying? There's no way that he confused the two of those, And, when Oscar was pleading with him, man, come on, be cool. I got a daughter, man. He had pulled out his taser then. So he was well aware of where his taser was and the weight.
So he put his taser out and put it away.
Yeah, he pulled his taser out twice on Oscar. And he was like, man, come on, don't tase me, man. I got a daughter, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Oscar was trying to de-escalate the situation. So first, you know what I mean? They had grabbed the brother, I think Michael Greer, you know what I'm saying? Got him by his lock, slamming him up. You know what I'm saying? They grabbed Nigel. They separate them. And then Oscar like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, man. We complying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it should have been de-escalated then.
Yeah.
But, Tony Peroni pulled this little move. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? How do you call somebody bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying, 3 times and it not be a hate crime? You know what I mean? You the police. You supposed to be there to protect and serve. And how do you have a relationship with a woman and be on the scene? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cook for a living. If I'm dating a food service worker, they gonna move her in another building. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. But yeah, man, the trial was wild. The day that Tony Peroni, that Johannes Medley got on trial, got on the stand, it was the excitement of it did so much, man. Uncle Bobby and them went to go get the car, and the media was just so on Wanda. She just like kind of fainted. It was just so much on her. And you can see the paparazzi trying to take pictures of this lady while she mourning her son and going through so much pressure. It was just like crazy, man. So it was just,
damn.
It was just, it was just a lot. It was a lot of pressure. It was a lot going on.
Yeah, so let's say
we was trying to get the brother Tim out of jail, you know what I'm saying? We didn't know what was going to happen with him.
That was before y'all left?
The trial was still going on. It's the day that Medley was on the stand. That's when they arrested him. Cried.
And then Tim got arrested for his outburst?
Yeah.
Oh, he went to jail?
Yes.
For disrupting the
courtroom. Yeah, contempt of court. Yeah, he got arrested.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Damn, so he had to get bailed out.
It was, but it was. They didn't let him out immediately. They wasn't letting him out immediately. I think they was gonna try to charge him, like I think they was saying like his outburst was what could influence the, you know what I'm saying, like it was deliberate to try to influence the.
Inciting a riot or trying to get him for.
Like trying to mess with the trial, like his outburst was, you know what I'm saying. I can't get my words right on it, you know what I'm saying? But they was trying to...
They're trying to wash him.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, I think he was there for like a week. I'm not sure, it was so long ago, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't let him out for multiple days?
Yeah, yes.
Like more than 5?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 days. He was locked up about 4 or 5 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we was trying to get lawyers on that. It was, yeah.
That's nuts. So, toward the middle, or let's say toward the end of the trial, what was the argument, the main topic of discussion at the end? Was it like, how was the ending season of the trial?
Well, it was, we wanted murder 1. We wanted murder 1, premeditated murder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We knew what he was doing. We didn't know if he was siding with the state or if he was just trying to keep everything clean so it wouldn't be a mistrial. But initially letting the same investigators from the Rodney King trial investigate, it didn't, you know what I'm saying, give us no peace of mind with the judge, you know.
Right. Who was...
We really thought they wasn't going me personally, I thought he was going to walk. I thought he was going to walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who was charging him? Oh, it was the mother's lawyers that she had hired that was trying to charge Measurely.
So it was I guess the state. How does that work?
He's fighting a prosecution.
It's the state versus Johannes Measurely, but like, you know, John Burris was advocating on a civil rights lawsuit and advocating for the mother because, you know, her inability to really speak out at the time.
Right. Damn. Okay.
The National Lawyers Guild, Dan Siegel, Ann Wiles. It was a lot of lawyers that was volunteering and donating their time. But, you know, it was really a state thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the state's obligation to prosecute murder.
Damn.
So we was just there as observers, you know what I mean?
So they were pushing...
They didn't, like, ask Oscar Grant's mother how she felt about it.
Yeah, so they were pushing for manslaughter from the beginning.
We wanted murder 1 from the beginning. They was like, nah, we could probably get you murder 2, you know what I'm saying? So they was telling straight from the gate that we ain't gonna get premeditated.
Damn. So they didn't even consider premeditated.
Yeah, that was off the table from the gate.
Okay. And so there were witnesses and friends that ended up passing away during the trial.
Yeah. So John 2 came up, mysteriously died like at a gas station, you know what I mean? And so folks wondered if the police had something to do with it or if they just neglected because of who he was. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like police against, you know what I'm saying, the people at the time. So it's supposed to be cameras at the gas station where he was shot at. You know, the other brother that the police was slamming up, Michael, he ended up dying too. So it was like, it was weird, you know. And at the time we was wondering, like, man, did the police have some, are they involved in the killing of these brothers because of community sentiments, or is they like neglecting, you know?
Yeah.
Are they neglecting to investigate because of it? I mean, it got so crazy that they had a Justice for Johannes Measurely rally, you know what I'm saying, in Concord. You feel me?
Real?
Straight up, Justice for Johannes Measurely. So we went out there to protest against them. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Klan come to your town, man, you got to go back. You go too, you know? And then we did some research. Like, one of the last known hangings in California happened out there. At a bar station. Yes, so they done hung a woman. I think it was 89 or something like that. This woman ended up hung in the area that's not public access at a time that the train at the bar was closed. You know what I'm saying? She had rollers in her hair and was in a robe. Like, come on, man. Anybody know black people, we want to look good when we die. You know what I'm saying? She'd have combed that hair out and been in her best dress.
If it was suicide.
If it was suicide. You know what I'm saying? So we believe that somebody dragged that woman out of her bed, you know what I'm saying, and hung her there in the area, the bar area. So that was one of the last known hangings in the Bay Area that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is the same place where they do this Johannes Measurely protest. You know what I'm saying? So they got all these uniformed police officers out there chanting and yelling at us, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. They was looking violent. You know, they had a boat out in Frisco during the baseball games, Justice for Johannes Measurely. You know what I mean? Dang. So, was it the LEO, the Law Enforcement Organization, or I can't think of what's the O stand for, but they raised millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, for Johannes Measurely. And it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? For him to become a millionaire for murdering a young black man, you know what I'm saying, on camera. Right.
And so the young men who died during trial, they were from Oakland, or they were from the Bay Area?
Oakland, Hayward, you know.
And so were they, for people that say, oh, they were probably in a gang and ran into the opposite member of their gang, how likely is that in LA? Were they Bloods? Were they Crips? Were they...
Wait, the people that...
No, I'm saying, like, let's say someone wants to doubt that police had anything to do with their disappearance or their unaliving, their killings.
Yeah.
Did they have some type of beef with LA? Were they in the streets? Were they...
And not that I know of, man. They just, regular young men, you know what I'm saying, hanging out like women like to hang out, stuff like that, Oscar wasn't a bad guy, you know what I'm saying? People bring up Oscar having cases, but like, what young black men haven't caught a case out here, you know what I'm saying? It's the system, they over marijuana and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? These ain't no killers, you know what I'm saying? They never been to jail for stuff like that, and so... people always blame the victim, and I hate when that happens, and even if it was the street violence, you know what I'm saying, the city's inability or, you know what I'm saying, to investigate is a problem, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't they investigate? Why wasn't it a thorough investigation? Why didn't you find the killers if it wasn't you?
Man. And what city was the trial in?
So they went to LA County. They felt like the case wasn't publicized as much in LA. I think San Bernardino was on the list too. So it was a few, you know what I'm saying, that was on the list, and they decided with LA because LA's had major trials there before, and they felt like, it could be a fair trial. They felt like he wouldn't get a fair trial in Oakland.
Damn. Okay. So, and how many key witnesses before we move on disappeared? The 3?
No, not key witnesses. Don't get me wrong. So these are friends of Oscar Grant who was on the BART train with him at the time that it happened. So they wasn't like gonna be called on the stand or anything like that. The state wasn't gonna call them on the stand. But, it was just mysterious how they, you know what I'm saying, died during the trial, you know what I mean? Investigation, nothing comes back from the investigation. It was cameras at the gas station that he got unalived at. And there's no footage, you know what I'm saying? So it's like criminal neglect. It's like saying that their lives didn't matter because they got cases against the police, you know what I'm saying? Because they all suing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to sue for what happened to them. So, and you see that, it happens, you sue in the state, you an enemy of the police, and so they won't come protect you, you know what I mean? Somebody was trying to break into to Jack house one time. He trying to call the police, like they not responding to you because you fighting them. They see it as they're the gang. You know what I'm saying? You ask was he in the gang activity? They're the gang. When you mess with one police, it's like they gonna group up against you. They swarm on you. It's no separation between them. They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, my partner did wrong. You're a good guy. I hope you win this case." No, they take it as a loss against the department.
Right. Damn. Okay. So, question before I ask about the end. Was there like a lot of sheriffs around policing everything at the time?
Oh, at the trial?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. It was aggressive. They was out there trying to smash on us. They kept the doors locked. After we got kicked out, you know what I'm saying, they put more security at the door. They had different groups out there, with bullhorns and stuff like that. They was trying to shut that down. You had black riders out there doing backflips and, you know what I'm saying, all kind of military stuff, bringing up the morale of the people. You had performers out there, dancers, it was a whole event at the courthouse, in front of the courthouse every day. You know what I mean? It was a whole event, people pulling up with cases of waters, people coming to get their sentiments,
How comparable to Emmett Till's story was this at the time? Was this the generation's version of that, or?
I mean, it's basically whistling at a white woman. They sing that song, "I just want to fuck the cops." You know what I'm saying? Dude get mad about his woman, and they snatched up whoever it was and executed it. You know what I mean? It's no different than Emmett Till. Oscar was killed for whistling at a white woman, you know, and nobody talks about that. And it's funny because Lil Wayne was asked, you know, how you feel about Black Lives Matter. He like, you know, they don't apply to him. And he further went to talk about a story with the police saved his life and how the police is so great to him. But, you know, people that look like him are victimized by the police every day. Somebody was singing his song and got killed because of it. And where's the apology from him? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, no, he's just an entertainer. And he's not, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't expect entertainers to be revolutionaries. Malcolm X taught us that. But, you know what I'm saying? Stand up for something, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? Your work is a contributing factor to Oscar's death. And it hasn't been acknowledged, you know what I'm saying?
And you heard this in court from the woman.
Yeah, she broke out crying. They wouldn't stop singing that song. You know what I'm saying? And we know what song he was referring to because I talked to the people that was on the platform with him. You know what I'm saying? And they were singing that, you know the song, man.
Yeah,
you know the song.
Like a cop car.
Like a cop car. They were singing that. And it wasn't just them. Other people was on the board singing that song. And that disturbed that woman. And she was in a relationship with the other pig that was aggressive. So, you know, if that was brought out in the trial, then I believe that we could have got Dominici and Tony Peroni both tried too. You know what I mean? So we still looking to get criminal charges pressed against them. They just left that department and went to another police department somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So they terrorizing people the same way.
Dang. Okay, so the end of the trial. Were you guys were already banned when they gave out sentencing?
Yeah, so
but you were outside.
Yeah, we was banned and everything, and then so they had a couple weeks of deliberation before they actually did the sentencing. So we was in Oakland when they came with the sentence. And we had a big protest, you know what I'm saying, 14th and Broadway.
I think that's where we met.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then we decided to take it on the march. So we going to the Grant Station. You know, it wasn't authorized. The people who had put together the initial, you know, rally wasn't part of that. They was like, no, y'all should go home. I was the liaison to the police because Ron Dellums was the mayor at the time. So he put a delegation of police and community organizers together to talk about what would justice look like, what would a resolve look like. You know what I mean? So I was a part of this committee. I had on the orange vest. You know what I'm saying? So we walking around and we get to about 2nd Ave, you know, and they came around and kettled us and arrested everybody. 152 of us all got arrested, man. This girl, man, she peed on herself. They slammed her in her urine. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, bro. Like,
people were getting shot with rubber bullets.
Yeah. It was crazy. We ended up suing, though, for that arrest because it was a legal arrest. Like I said, I was a police liaison. I'm trying to get people out of here, man. We're trying to get people home safe. They arrested me at the time that I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, negotiate a way for people to get up out of there and go home.
Police liaison means they acknowledge that you were a community.
I'm a community member that's supposed to talk with the police to be able to de-escalate stuff before something happened. They knew it was going to be a protest. They knew people was going to be angry. And as long as we wasn't breaking windows and, you know, or threatening anybody, then we should, you know, have a right to peaceful protest. So they agreed to be standoff and not engage the people because they knew they was angry and let the police liaisons deal with the people and de-escalate things before they came in because we knew if they came in, then it would just...
Yep. And
that's what it did. You know, 152 of us got arrested. Our lawyers got on it. I think we sued them and won $650,000 in the lawsuit. But it was a class action lawsuit. 152 people get arrested. You know, so we split that money up. It was like $4,200 a piece. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I mean, it was a little something, but before we could get out of jail, they took everybody's DNA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had been arrested before, so they had my DNA. I wasn't tripping. But now these protesters, people who have never been arrested, who've never had a criminal case, you know what I'm saying? Suddenly putting their DNA in the system. You know what I'm saying?
Hair.
Not just the head fingerprints. They gave fingerprint and everything, but they had to give a sample of their DNA swab, because they had just changed the law. Then that any felons have to have their DNA on record. So they forced on these protesters in a peaceful protest to get their DNA. Some people fought it. They stayed for a few days and finally got released. But most people initially was like, man, I'm ready to go home. I'll never break the law again. I'm just here at the protest, you know what I'm saying? And willingly gave up their DNA, and they shouldn't have. But, you know, it's a setup by the system.
Damn, because then they could place you. They could say your DNA was at a crime scene if it wasn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's unlawful. It's unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't know that because they just angry at what's going on with Oscar, and they out there at the protest. And then you get arrested, you get these bologna sandwiches that's red and green and all kind of colors. We call it Christmas meat, you know what I'm saying? And you like, man, I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So, this case going viral, this was the first viral, like did anything, Rodney King went viral, but they had a big old camera in that day that filmed that video.
Yeah.
This was this like was there anything like this at the time?
Yeah, no, this was the first thing like this at the time, and this was the first police officer that ever been tried and convicted, you know what I'm saying, in history for killing somebody in the line of duty.
So no one had ever been...
We made history.
No one ever been convicted before that?
Not in California, for sure. But I think it might have been a national thing that...
Made history.
Yeah, we made history. We made history with Oscar Grant. Nobody's never seen nothing like that before. And the beautiful thing about the Oscar Grant Coalition and Oscar Grant's mother, that when other people was getting killed, she would fly out there to where they was at. She went to Florida, you know, the Trayvon and their family. She went to Amadou Diallo, and I can't remember all the names, man, but she dealt with a lot of families and helped build them up so that they could go into their fight too, you know what I mean? So it was pivotal for all of us, you know, because...
Man, do you feel like that whole thing got rid of a bunch of cops? Like, did a lot of cops retire at that time?
Nah, man, no. But it got the what's the name cam? You know what I'm saying?
Body cam.
Yeah, body cam was a result of the Oscar Grant movement.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. That's what was one of our demands: lapel cameras, sensitivity training. You know, things like that. Those was the demands that we had put on the police, that they should do to reform the police, because it's like, this is going to continue to happen.
Wow. So the Oscar Grant trial is the reason there's body cam?
Yes. That was one of our main demands. Yeah.
Damn. That's what's up.
Yeah, we complained because it was actually some retired police that made the lapel camera, and it's a private company, so we can't really... When the police kill somebody, we can't really get the footage. We have to wait for them to allow us to get the footage. It should be a public company, you know what I'm saying? So where everybody can have access to the footage and we can see the police acting badly. But, you know what I'm saying? We have to, like, get lawyers to sue to get the footage, you know what I'm saying? But if we can get that changed, then I think police, you know what I'm saying, change their behavior a little bit. Because, I mean, now they can turn the camera off. They can do whatever they want to because it's a private company owned by somebody who used to be the police. You know what I'm saying? So it's a conflict of interest in the first place.
Right.
But it has helped us a lot.
Okay, that's good. Dang. So, at the time, Oscar Grant's father is incarcerated and people don't really know about him, or is there folklore about him? Do you hear about him through the grapevine? Do you know? Are you aware of father?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? They was like, Oscar a real one, you know, and it was just sad being the father, knowing, you know what I'm saying, thinking, damn, you know, what this man going through behind the walls, you know what I'm saying? People was on that peace stuff, you know. We don't want you to tear down the city, you know, stop. We want peace, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of families did that. They called out for peace and asked us to stop rioting, you know what I mean? But The story was Oscar shit was like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? They killed my baby. You know what I'm saying? And so real ones knew about that. Real ones stood up. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that Oscar said tear the city down for his son, but you know, we knew that he didn't have the same sentiments. You know what I mean? But yeah, when I met Oscar, man, it was crazy because I did an event. You know what I mean? For Oscar's birthday. Because we always do an event, you know what I'm saying, on the day that he died. And I said, man, let's celebrate Oscar's life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's crazy. He walked up to me. He said, man, you know who I am? And I'm looking at the brother. I'm like, brother, you look familiar. I can't call where I know you from, man. You know, I know a lot of people, brother. He said, I am Oscar Grant. Man, the tears started welling up in my eyes, man, because I believed him. I knew it. When he said, I am Oscar Grant. I didn't never know if Oscar daddy would come home, you know what I'm saying, from jail. They was like, yeah, Oscar daddy ain't never coming home, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought, you know, and nobody never told me he had came home and just, I'm doing the event. And he just walked up, man. I was like, here, man, what can I do? How can we be a service to you? You know, take the microphone. And he a real dude, like, you know what I'm saying? He out here in the community, he part of community organization. He Black Man Speaks, you know, a CRC. He handing out food. He handed out, you know what I'm saying? And he's struggling himself, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like he a rich man. It ain't like he got none of the money from the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? He was just forgotten about, you know what I mean, in the dungeon. You feel me? He say when they found out about him killing his son, they put him in the hole. You know what I'm saying? So he got punished for his son being killed. It was because they were scared that maybe he might go off or hurt somebody, but he had no human life to hug, nobody to console him as he dealt with the police murdering his son. So it's like, man, for Oscar, you know, I wish the best for that man, you know. Somebody need to give him something, man. You know, he should have action at a lawsuit too, you know what I'm saying? Because it take two parents to make a child, you know what I mean? I'm separated from my children, Lord forbid something happen, you know what I'm saying, one of them. And it ain't about money, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? You leave people in a peculiar situation, you leave them with lifelong trauma, you know what I mean? Dealing with it, you know?
Right.
I think we should be compensated. I think he should be compensated.
I believe so. Was there any folklore about him not being a part, or like, oh, forget about him, he's in prison? Or how did that the folklore is just the tale of the time. What was the tale of the time? Well, he in prison, so like they just wrote him off, basically, like in the dungeon, you said.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he in jail.
How did they justify that, basically? Like, what was the
man, I might be halfway guilty too, because like we so used to no father being around that we didn't even really question. I didn't really even question. I mean, you know, like it's like he's just not here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the money part, the lawsuit part, and all of that wasn't really the people's concern. We wanted justice as in the conviction of that pig. We wanted some reform and change in the police system so that it wouldn't happen to no more children, you know what I'm saying? So when they go to the civil part of it, that can always get uncivil, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's a crying shame that there's so many black men missing that we don't, like, man, for real. You even think about Mother's Day. You gon' get your mama something, but how often do you buy something for Father's Day? You know, right. Black fathers matter. Black fathers should always be thought of, but you know, we don't.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Brought tears to my eyes because I was not arguing with Oscar, but I'm doing the Oscar Grant documentary, and we didn't get the camera we was expecting to have by now. And I was like, man, we didn't get the camera. He was like, man, fuck that camera. We're gonna shoot it with what we got, bro. He was like, I can tell. The way you are, if somebody killed your child, you be in the streets, you be trying to crash out. I was like, and then when I got off the phone, I started crying and couldn't stop because I had to think about, you know, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Feel me? So it's like, somebody killed my child, would I pursue justice in court? And I was just crying like, bruh,
Yeah, man, he humanized the whole situation. He made Oscar not just an image, you know what I'm saying? Or just another name on a shirt. It's like, damn, I'm a father, man. And so it really, you know, and after 10 years, you know what I'm saying? That's when I met him, after 10 years of fighting for Oscar and yelling out, I am Oscar Grant. But he really is Oscar Grant.
For real.
He is Oscar Grant. You know what I mean? And where's the justice for that man, you know? So yeah, man, it's really messed up, you know? Yeah.
For real.
I ain't seen my kids in 5 years, you know what I'm saying? FBI, U.S. Marshal OPD came after me. My daughter was in the car, scared the hell out of my kid's mama. She ran off with my kids, man, and I ain't seen my kids in 5 years. But it can be justified because it's the mother. If the father run off with the kids, you know what I'm saying, for 5 years, it's kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? They be like, daddy's baby, mama's baby. But this is Oscar Grant the third. You feel me? So the grandfather name was Oscar Grant. The father name is Oscar Grant. His name is Oscar Grant. And I'm sure his daughter watched when she have a baby. Watch what I mean. She got children, you know. She probably gonna have a boy and name him Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be Oscar Grants. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So, you got any message for the people, man? In closing, in general, that they're watching this whole thing through. What you got to tell the people at the film festival, man?
Yeah. I mean, this work is important. We got to tell our own stories. You know, it's so many things that go overlooked that ain't said. You know, we depending on national media, on fake news to tell us the truth. You know what I mean? We got to, you know, find true sources, do our own research, and like study history. You know what I mean? Like Malcolm X said, history is the subject that is most rewarding because anything you going through, you could look back and see how they went through it and apply that to your struggle. You know what I'm saying? You could look what we did in the Oscar Grant movement, how we pushed forward and got the first pig, you know what I'm saying, arrested and convicted for killing somebody in the line of duty and use them tips, you know what I'm saying? You can look at revolutions and see how they moved and changed things. So this is important, you know what I'm saying? What David is doing is important because if we're not documenting our own stuff, then somebody else gonna tell our story, you feel me?
Straight up. Any message to Lil Wayne?
Oh man, Lil Wayne is an entertainer, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he gonna do is entertain. You know, it's on us, you know, to do what we gotta do. You know, Lil Wayne, what you need to do is, you know what I'm saying, send a cool little 1.5 million to you know, Oscar Grant's father. You know what I mean? For your contribution in what happened to him that day.
Tupac and Eminem, when kids get in trouble and blame their music on them.
Yeah, yeah, you feel me? You be seeing lawsuits. Yeah, Tupac made me do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm gonna kick back some of that money, you know what I mean? And help a father out. You got children. How would you feel if that happened to your child? You know what I'm saying? For singing his song.
Straight up. Well, thank you for your interview, man. We're gonna get some part twos going. How can the people reach you, man? Well, you're a public figure as well. You're an artist that puts out content. Where can people find you and follow you if they want to?
Oh yeah, so you can find me at UNIAACLRC2020.com. You know, I'm the president of the local division 510 here in Oakland at UNIA. You can find me on TikTok, Jabari Garvey, Minister of Confrontation on Instagram, and Jabari Shaw on Facebook. Email musicismyweapon223 at gmail.com.
For sure. Music is my weapon 223.
Yeah, man.
All right, we out. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.